Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Numythrandor, and today we begin a Nocturn of the Far North, Song of the Welcome Moon Interlude. The wild hunt vanishes, chaos subsides, and the boughs of the verdant crest fill out quietly with life. The Moon Prayer Night, the night when the moon draws closest to Tivat, is drawing near. For a land and people long fractured, there is no better balm than a delightful night of celebration. So why don't you and I step out together into this night of joy and laughter, amidst the blooming flowers bathed in the light of the moon? In the shifting light of the moon, Nasha Town, not cry. Go to the Adventurers Guild in Nasha Town. The journey so far has reached a brief pause. Take a moment to rest and check in on your companions. Yes, I've actually had to avoid turning in any quests in Nasha Town for the last couple of days, precisely because of this.
Thank you for waiting. I finished checking your adventurer handbook. Here are your commission rewards. We have no other urgent commissions on the books at present. Thank you for all your hard work lately. Perhaps you two could consider taking a vacation.
Amazing! Paimon never thought we'd end up having downtime and not cry. Things were pretty hectic when we first got here. Everywhere you looked, it was either the wild hunt causing chaos or the Vatui stirring up trouble. It felt like this whole region was one giant slime in a barrel, ready to go boom at any moment.
We really have achieved a lot since we've been here, haven't we?
Sure have. Things were looking pretty dicey, but in the end, we managed to turn it around. Whoa! Paimon just got deja vu! Oh, that's right. It's because we've done this like a million times now.
Ah, yes. Are you two aware that the Moon Prayer Night is soon to take place?
Oh, yeah! Llama told us that was coming up soon. Wait, why do you mention it, though? Do people in Nasha Town celebrate it, too? Paimon thought it was just for moon goddess worshippers.
You're partially right. Most people in Nasha Town just see the festival as an opportunity to do business. They do not concern themselves with the religious element. The festival was first celebrated by the Frost Moon Scions. On this day, they would wear moon prayer blossoms and celebrate the birth of the moon goddess through song and dance. They would also prepare food and handicrafts and give them as gifts to others. Over time, it became Nodcry's most lively festival.
Whew! Sounds like fun!
I'm definitely up for it.
Great! Well, in the meantime, since Catherine doesn't have any commissions for us, let's focus on some personal business instead. When we first got here, you mentioned that this was where your spaceship landed? We didn't get to follow up on it at the time, because we got wrapped up in that whole rare situation, but now we can finally start investigating it properly.
Except, we have no idea where to start.
Well, there's a saying Paimon's heard around these parts, which goes, if you lift up a rock, you'll find something you weren't looking for. By that logic, you'll never find what you're looking for while you're searching, but the moment you stop looking, it'll jump right out at you.
A bit like the saying, it's always in the last place you look. Ay. I'm not sure it's as simple as that. Nor am I certain that it's a wise idea to go blabbing about a spaceship in the middle of Nasha Town.
Could be worth a try though, right? Anyway, Paimon suggests we focus on other stuff we want to do for now, and just keep an ear out for spaceship-related intel as we go.
Yes. I do hope she's doing well. Oh dear. That is not good. True. Dottore has been quiet of late, though we did hear a little bit about him.
What's wrong? He looks super serious all of a sudden.
A little bit about him back in Sumeru, when he went by Zandik. I'm just thinking about Columbina and the doctor.
Huh? Paimon gets why you'd be concerned about Columbina, but what does the doctor have to do with anything?
We learned back in Natlan that he's been investigating the moon, but he's been suspiciously absent so far. I wonder if he was deliberately avoiding involving himself with Rarier.
Oh, that's true. And now that you mention it, we're definitely overdue for a showdown with the Fatui. It is weird that he hasn't shown himself this whole time. What could he be up to?
Funny you say we're due for a showdown with Fatui, but my question would be which one? Well, Columbina is no longer a member, so I think we're safe where she is concerned. But Arlecchino was present for a while. I don't know whether she's gone away yet. Sandrone has her Kuvaki Research and Design Bureau. But then there's the doctor. The elusive fellow, so which one is going to be our enemy? Arlecchino, Sandrone, or Zandik? I suppose for the moment, the good doctor is engrossed in one of his experiments. In any event, his current inaction is a good thing.
True. Paimon would much rather deal with Marionette anyway. She says the meanest things, but when it comes down to it, she doesn't seem like a bad person. Maybe it's the pressure of being a Fatuse? Especially as a Harbinger. Does she feel like she's gotta act tough to keep up appearances or something?
A bit of wishful thinking, I suppose. So, maybe?
But then, every time we headed out with Rarier, she always wound up having to repair Polonia and her other robots. That's gotta sting. Losing face always hurts more for people who care a lot about their image. She's probably still furious about it.
Paimon, I have a feeling she might have heard that. You do realize that all of the Catherines are hers, and we're standing right in front of one? And that's completely ignoring the likelihood that she has listening devices and spies all over this place.
What? Relax, she's not even here! Huh?
What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Sorry, we'll be on our way now. Where are we again? Oh yeah, Columbina? Right, yeah, let's go see Columbina.
The Nocturn of the Far North now begins. Now that I think of it, it is a little odd, what with Christmas coming up, that Columbina's banner is going to be a bit late for that holiday. Also, I've neglected the Selenic Chronicle, so I wonder, am I going to get the main story going forward, or am I going to get the Chronicle? But, as I was saying a minute ago, Durin's banner is going to be up for another 18 days. And after him, it's going to be Shilonen. I'm drawing a blank on who Shilonen is paired with at the moment, but yeah, so it's going to be a while. A good, 40-odd days. meaning it's going to be after Christmas, before Columbina and Zebai, I think they call her, come around. So they kind of missed their timing on that, I feel. It's not like Moeka and Sweet Lolly, where the timing was a lot closer. That's no matter. Ah, there she is. I always love the music here. I wonder.
Hey, she's sitting up!
Is me sitting here a rare sight?
No, we just thought you'd be resting.
Perhaps I would have been, were it not for the sudden arrival of some unexpected guests.
Were you not expecting us? Or did someone else arrive?
Not that I consider it a disturbance. After all, you are the only ones who are free to enter. Would it not be a little unfriendly of me to lie down while we speak?
I didn't realize you put so much thought into little things like that.
Only sometimes. There have been moments lately where I think about you and your companions. They are warm, mysterious, and cozy memories. Very few of my past memories are anything like that. They say that travelers return home bearing bags full of souvenirs. But my luggage was empty, and I believed it would stay that way.
Return home? So, you're still planning on returning to the moon?
Yes. This planet continues to reject me, reminding me that I do not belong here. If I remain into that, there will come a day that I disintegrate. And I don't mean reduced to dust, or turned into food for the flowers. I mean, I will cease to exist entirely.
Alright then. Well, we're sure gonna miss you. But it sounds like we'll have to say goodbye.
How do you intend to return?
The moon prayer night is soon to arrive. On that day, the moon will be closest to Devat. The Kuvaki in this land will reach its peak at that time. I merely need to grasp the tide, and with relatively little effort.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It'll work like a slingshot!
I wonder if it will truly be that easy. After all, you'll have to breach the false sky, won't you? I half wonder whether that would awaken the heavenly principles, or whether the shades would do something. After all, would you not be traipsing into their domain, passing through the sky? And then, of course, it occurs to me that Dottore likely knows about Moon Prayer Night, and if he does, then that is almost certainly when he's going to do whatever he's planning on doing. So unfortunately, the moment that Columbina will be most likely to get home is also the moment most likely for disaster.
You make it sound like she's gonna get blasted up to the moon.
If I did that, I suspect I would crash into the false sky. I will be using a much gentler approach. But I do like the analogy. It's fun.
You see? She gets Paimon's sense of humor.
In the blink of an eye, the time has come to part ways.
It does feel that way, doesn't it? Time seems to fly fastest when you are enjoying it. I have always thought of myself as a wanderer on this earth, and it has never expressed any desire to keep me here. Yet, just as I plan to depart, it tugs at my arm. Is this a gesture of affection? Or is the world mocking me?
Oh. Were you hoping I can answer that?
Yes. You are a traveler, so you must have a lot of experience in this area.
My answer would be to say that it may not be either affection or mockery from the world, but it is certainly affection from those who know and care for you. Think of it in that way, that there are those here who will mourn your passing, that you have touched the hearts of those who live and not cry, and in Snezhnaya, despite Sandrone's grousing. So think of it not as the world itself acting, but of the bonds of people instead.
Then, what I would say is, enjoy the moment.
That's right! Don't overthink it! Happiness is happiness and joy is joy! The point is to enjoy it, not analyze it!
I see. Then what I would say is, even though I am very tired right now, I am still happy.
I can't tell from the tone of your voice.
Oh, really? You don't think I sound happy?
I'm just kidding. I could tell you were in a good mood today from the moment we saw you.
Ah, a joke. Albeit not a funny one.
Nope.
Anyway, I assume you're here about you-know-what. Give me your hand.
Actually, it's not that. There's something else we wanted to discuss with you.
Oh. Then, do you still want to give me your hand? Or not?
Sure. Thank you. So, I've heard that in the Moon Prayer Nights of the past, people here would hold celebrations in the Moon Goddess's honor. Since you helped so much in our fight against the Rehir of Solnari, I think you deserve a farewell party before you return home. I haven't asked everyone else for their opinions on this yet, but I'd like to invite you to join the upcoming Moon Prayer Night.
I've never joined a moon prayer night before. I'm not sure what I would even do.
Oh, don't worry about that! We take care of everything! All you need to do is show up. Of course, there's no need to force it if you're not feeling strong enough. It's just, this kind of felt like a golden opportunity.
But they call me Kutar, and the Fatui have an arrest warrant out for me. I shouldn't appear in public right now.
I tell you this. No Fatui will dare to lay hands on you. Not with the Frostmoon Scions, the Light Keepers, and the Traveler standing beside you.
I'll make it work. You have my word.
Yeah, we got your back! Well, he does. Paimon's actually not too sure what he's planning.
All right, if you're sure. I will not refuse your invitation. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to pack a few more sights from this world into my suitcase before finally learning what my homeland looks like. Oh, if you see Lauma, please tell her that my answer to the question she asked me is neither yes nor no. Rather, it is. There is no need.
That was kinda cryptic, but sure. Guess it's between the two of you. We'll pass along the message. Bye for now!
Curious. Oh.
And also, I do not know.
Did we not just give to her a fresh infusion of moonlight?
Since she's agreed to join the festival, let's go see who else wants to take part. Lauma's gotta be the person most familiar with the Moon Prayer Night. We should start with her. Also, what exactly is your plan to keep her safe?
Not sure yet. I'll figure something out.
What? Are you serious? And Paimon even gave you her vote of confidence back there. When did you become so sneaky?
Well, if he truly isn't sure, then there's nothing to be said about it, is there? Well, looks like we're gonna have to teleport, so be right back. Okay, and we're back. So, time to go and see Lauma, I presume. I wonder what Lauma's question was. That the answer was neither yes or no. There is simply no need. Ah, Varka.
Hey, Lauma! It's us! Huh? Varka? What are you doing here?
My, but you're a big lad. I knew that already, but you are a giant. Blimey.
Beats me. I had a bit too much to drink last night, and when I woke up, I was on Hisi Island.
You were? Not sure how well that speaks of the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. Then again, you're a drinking buddy of Barbados, so I guess I should expect that.
Mr. Varka is helping to oversee Nasha Town's preparations for Moon Prayer Night. He is here to go over some details regarding the decorations and custom cloth designs.
Right, yeah, that too.
What do you mean, that too?
Not taking it very seriously, I gather. So preparations are already underway.
Yes. Celebrating this festival is a long-held tradition here in Nodcry. On this day, the crescent moon at the top branches of the verdant crest turns into a full moon, and the moon prayer blossoms bloom with a special radiance. Our people take these to be blessed omens.
It's an especially welcome event coming off the back of all that nasty business with Rare. Everyone got put through the ringer recently, and now they're looking to turn their fortunes around. The big shots in town all agree that a big, lively celebration is just what we need to rebuild people's faith in this place.
No wonder Catherine said the people weren't so bothered about the religious element.
That's right. It's become more of a local custom by this point. The celebrations have little to do with whether the religious stories behind this event are true or not. Even the Frost Moon Scions are eagerly awaiting the coming of Moon Prayer Night, despite now knowing that their past beliefs were founded on a falsehood.
That's fair. It's a bit like the Lantern Ride in Liyue. It's a chance for people to enjoy themselves, not debate the existence of the Adepti.
Although in their case, the Adepti definitely do exist. And we've met plenty of them on our travels. Although, well, the specifics of the Frostmoon Scion's faith may have been inaccurate, shall we say? But there is in fact a moon goddess, Columbina or Kutar. Although, I still wonder what the name she'll choose for herself will be. Or, whether she returns to the Frost Moon and learns her true name there is an interesting possibility. Still, we'll see.
Oh, one other thing! We just went to see Columbina. We went ahead and invited her to take part in the festival this time. Hope it's okay.
Wait, so You mean she agreed to it? Huh. That's quite a surprise.
Then I suppose that she intends to return to the moon on that day.
Oh, yeah! It's kind of a complicated process, but basically, it's like a slingshot.
She probably shouldn't have endorsed your metaphor. Also, sorry if this comes as a surprise, Lauma. I know that Kutar's presence means a great deal to you, and I'm not overly fond of how flippantly we've just announced her departure.
I understand. In truth, I had a feeling that she might make such a decision. Well, if Kutar has decided to participate in the festival, we should prepare accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. She was saying how it could be risky for her to show her face in public. We were wondering if there was any way we could hide her.
Unfortunately, the people who carved the statues did an excellent job of capturing her likeness. It will be very challenging to hide a goddess whose face everyone is so familiar with.
We don't happen to have a cloak or a hood in her size, do we? I mean, it wouldn't exactly be ideal, but it'd be better than nothing.
Darn! We may have bitten off more than we can chew here.
Nah, don't sweat the small stuff. We can handle that.
Huh? Are you saying you have a plan?
Not as such, no, but the most important thing with a festival is to keep the mood light and your spirits up. You can't go preparing for a festival with those long faces. You'll never convince anyone to enjoy themselves.
The Mondstatter spirit is strong with this one.
As it happens, I agree with Mr. Varka. Let's start by making our appreciation for Kutar the beating heart of the festive atmosphere. And who knows, once we get the ball rolling, perhaps everything will just fall into place.
Hey! Did you catch that? Llama said the thing! Or close enough, at least.
I'm looking forward to the Moon Prayer Night already. We have a festival in Mondstadt called Windbloom, and you can always tell which couples are celebrating it for their first time by the smiles on their faces. Big, beaming smiles like their whole face is glowing. And I have a feeling we'll get to see that same smile on the Moon Goddess's face at this festival.
Not quite the same, surely.
Anyway, I'll take care of business in the city, but I'll have to leave the decor up to you and the Frost Moon Scions. No one else can capture that traditional aesthetic quite like you guys. But lastly, there's the final key element that brings the festival to life. Companionship.
We'll take care of that part. Though I wonder... Varka talking about couples. Does he have anyone in mind that he wants to take to this little festival? I still kind of like the idea that Varka is actually the husband of Alice and Klee's father. I like the idea, but so far, I don't actually have anything to back it up. Nothing beyond the simple fact that Klee is staying in Mondstadt and was given, almost instantaneously apparently, the title of the Spark Knight of Favonius. And if her dad was the Grand Master, that would make some sense, I guess. But it could also be explained away simply by Alice being an extremely powerful witch that no one wanted to offend. Oh well. In any event, the Traveler will be looking after Columbina during this little party.
Before you leave, let me show you something that we've been preparing. Mr. Varka had asked to see it already, so you may as well tag along. Also, I have some further questions about Kutar's decision.
Yes, we haven't shared her answer yet, have we? Huh. Kuhenki.
Huh? What's this? They sure look like they're having fun.
Are those drums?
I believe so. Kuhenki seem very skilled at playing drums like these, although I'm not sure where they learned it from.
Maybe it's an innate talent? In their eyes, they're probably just playing with toys.
But the Luonatar's here.
Luonatar! You wanna play too?
Guess not.
Yeah. She looks more confused than anything.
Maybe we can teach her next time if we get the chance.
Oh. Interesting sound, I'll give it that.
What are these floaty things?
Moon veils. We hang them from buildings in the city during the festival. When you look at the sky through them, it creates a lovely misty effect.
Even though I have Flynn's here, I kinda wish he were actually here, interacting with Lauma and Varka.
Everyone seems hard at work.
They are preparing items for Moon Prayer Night. For instance, the sculpture being made over here. Mr. Varka and I were just finalizing the details of where it will be placed.
Ah, there she is. I didn't know the finished article would be so large. Not to worry, though. All the necessary arrangements have been made. Just let me know once it's ready, and I'll get some people to ship it over.
You have my thanks. And over here, we are preparing a very traditional confection.
Oh, look at all these colors! It looks great! Can Paimon try one?
Of course. I have a feeling you'll like it a lot.
You bet! Sweets and treats are Paimon's favorite!
If you included those in the Feast of the Moon, I bet Paimon would have joined the Frost Moon Scions by now.
There will also be verdant crests like this present in Nasha Town during the festival. The timing of Moon Prayer Night is not completely set in advance. We make a rough estimate, then observe the changes in the verdant crests and moon prayer blossoms to guide us. As such, the wait itself is a fun feature of this particular festival.
Easy Island has always been beautiful.
Let's talk here. To tell the truth, I am very surprised to hear that Kutar is willing to participate in the festival. I once asked her if she'd be willing to stay with the Frost Moon Scions. I could introduce her to everyone, and we could be a family to one another. She did not answer, but she has not appeared here since. I took this to mean her answer was no. But if that were the case, she would not have accepted this invitation.
Speaking of answers, she asked us to pass along a message. In full, she said the answer is neither yes or no. Simply, there is no need.
Ah. I see. Maybe she is right. Maybe the Frost Moon Scions of today no longer need a moon goddess.
I think... well, that might have been part of her meaning, but it might be something a bit more tragic. Simply that she won't be able to stay regardless. she won't be able to be a family with you. She simply must depart. And so there's no need for a family here.
But my wish was not for her to come here and be worshipped as a deity. I simply wanted to offer her a place to stay. I'm sure she believes that showing herself here might invite Fatui intervention, and as such, she does not wish to cause us trouble. But what really pains me about all this is that this is her birthplace. She ought to belong here, yet no one has been able to grant her shelter.
I think I'm qualified to weigh in here. When someone's about to depart on a long trip, what they need is blessings, not burdens. We should wish her the best, not make the journey harder than it already is. Anyway, she's agreed to attend, hasn't she? All we need to do is simply respect her decision.
I see your point. Yes, she will soon depart after all.
Our job is to leave her with some happy memories. Besides, who's to say her journey to the moon is a one-way trip? It's not like she can't come back and visit if she wants, right?
Now that is the question, isn't it? As I said, passing through the false sky is going to come with potentially disastrous ramifications. The shades of the heavenly principles may very well take umbrage with Columbina, but there's no way to be sure how they'll react, or if they even will react. After all, we've seen in some of the trailers that the man in the mask, the first of all the Harbingers, he is able to stare straight into the dominion of the Shades, at Renova in particular. And yet, nothing is done either to him or about him by the Shades. Is it because they can't, or simply won't do anything? It is an interesting question. And one would have thought that the Traveler's influence would by now have garnered the interest of the Shades, and yet they haven't done anything directly to or against him. So we'll have to wait and see what they think of Columbina's departure.
Paimon agrees wholeheartedly. Festivals are all about having fun, so let's keep it simple.
Well, that said, there is... how to put it, I do feel for Lauma. It is a part of her heritage, her life, being the moon chanter, worshipping the goddesses of the moon, and to have one, literally one of your gods, among you, must be a dream come true. And yet, she can't do much for Columbina. Columbina won't let her do much for her. I can only imagine how painful that must be for Lauma.
Alright, I'm gonna head back to Nausea Town soon. Wanna come with? I'm guessing you have some other folks to visit there.
Sure thing, let's go! Bye for now, Lauma!
Thank you all. Goodbye.
Well, the question would be, what else could we send along with her? Now to return with Varka to Nausea Town. I wonder whether or not there'll be... Well, we are passing right through the Krumkake craft shop, but it seems like we'll be doing so without stopping to pay Aino and Inefa a visit. I wonder whether Nefer will be around. And Flint also.
Huh? Hey, over there! It's Durin and Albedo with Flints! What could they be chatting about?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Ah, Grand Master, and the Traveler and Paimon.
Hello there. It's been a while.
Perfect. We have some new volunteers for our investigation.
Sorry, what investigation?
Wait, let me guess. The righteous Lightkeepers are finally ready to hunt down the Abyssal Dragon?
Wait, what? Abyssal Dragon? Didn't we kill the Abyssal Dragon in Natlan?
Haha. Yes, that too.
That too?
Yeah, right! Oh, wait! Why does everyone keep saying that too?
Well, to be precise, the facts match, but not the causality.
Wait, so I guessed right?
Half right! Don't act so impressed with yourself.
Maybe I can explain. We ran into Mr. Flint's north of Nosha Town. At that time, we just noticed a few abyssal creatures out in the wild, but the strange thing was, I didn't detect any traces of abyssal energy on them at all.
Why do they look like faded out ghosts?
On closer inspection, we realized that they were not real monsters, but something akin to reflections in the water, or perhaps a mirage.
Huh? What do you mean? Like, you could see them but not touch them?
Exactly. It was very peculiar. They roared and tried to attack us, but we could not make any physical contact with them.
I think I've heard of things like that happening in Nocturn before, but I don't know much about it.
Yes, it's a known phenomenon. Mirage-like illusions tend to appear in Nodcry in the run-up to Moonprayer Night. From a distance, they appear quite real. I myself thought that Misters Durin and Albedo were locked in battle with abyssal monsters when I first arrived.
But after sharing intel and investigating a little further, we can confirm that these illusions are harmless. There is no great cause for concern.
I see. I'm glad that they weren't real. But what does that portend? And how close were they to Nosha Town? Should I be worried about the specter turning up in Nosha Town during the festival?
All the Mirage stories I've heard are either animals, rocks, or small houses. Abyssal monsters, though? That's a first.
It's a first for me, too. So I'm planning to look into it further just to be on the safe side. I intend to inspect a few more locations.
What about you two? Any plans?
Alice contacted me a few days ago. She'd like me and Durin to assist her with an experiment.
Alice.
But we lost contact shortly after receiving the message. I'm sure that comes as no surprise to anyone familiar with her. We don't know when the wind will blow, yet when the wind blows, we will know. That, in a nutshell, describes how Alice operates.
Yeah, that tracks.
Okay. Well, I suggest we investigate this Mirage business in the meantime. It's piqued my curiosity, and I'm pretty sure I know someone who will already be 10 steps ahead of us.
Well said.
Right? Whatever's happening in Nodcry, she always seems to be the first one to know. Let's go see what she knows. We can invite her and her staff to the festival while we're at it.
Oh. Okay, looks like... Fortunately, we do have the option. Enable focused experience. which we will do presently. Alright. Well, that solves one problem. Now let's see. Actually make it to the curatorium. Also, invite her and her staff. Last I checked, the only staff member she has is Yehoda. No, I guess you could call Ashru staff, but that would seem to be a bit of a stretch of terms, don't you think? Especially if Ashru is actually the Ibis King.
You're right, I have noticed. There's certainly something a little fishy about this situation. Only a little, though.
I don't see Yehoda anywhere.
Records indicate that this phenomenon can occur in the days before and following Moon Prayer Night. That said, it has always been a rare sight in the past. The odds of encountering these phantoms are similar to looking up in the night sky, happening to see a shooting star, and managing to make a wish before it disappears. But this time, either everyone's getting lucky, or they're appearing far more frequently than usual. Yehoda's out gathering intel as we speak. In the meantime, let me check off some points of interest. First, the Abyss.
The ones we saw seem to be abyssal monsters.
Indeed. But we have identified one location where many more of them have made an appearance. And not just monsters, but human phantoms, too. Given the scale and nature of the phantoms, it's almost as if someone's last memories are coming to life. Or perhaps the memories of multiple people.
Oh.
Oh, hold on. I just had a thought. Isn't this rather reminiscent of what happened with Diridith? The phantom creatures that were intangible until we made contact, at least, with Diridith? Oh no, we're not having another incident like that, are we? Actually, if we could... Something tells me I won't be as lucky as the idea I just had. If it is the same thing as happened with Diridith, that would mean that there's a 500-year gulf that we might be able to cross. So could we actually find Diridith again? Something tells me we're not going that way with this.
So you mean the phantom monsters are hunting down the phantom humans?
Exactly. The phantoms can interact with each other, but we have no means of intervening. In addition, some of the human phantoms would seem to be from the very distant past. This is clear both from the clothing they wear and the stories they tell. They claim to be from Hyperborea, a name which I've heard from Lauma before. If this is true, it means they must be from 6,000 years ago.
Okay, so a fair bit further back than Canria's 500.
Did Paimon hear that right? 6,000 years?
It sounds like this merits further exploration.
That'd be a big help. I'll leave it with you, Albedo. My knowledge of ancient history is non-existent. I used to doze off every time the pre-Knights of Favonius era came up in class.
It's quite quite a miracle that you were able to understand these phantoms' speech, given how long ago they lived.
I suppose you're right. But I'll leave the archaeologists to ruminate over that conundrum. As an intelligence broker, my sole interest is in the value of the information I gather. Which, in this case, hopefully means earning myself some good favor with our dear Lady Moonchanter.
So calculating. Whew, this intel broker logic always catches Paimon by surprise.
Sounds to me like we could split the work up.
I think the abyssal phenomenon is best left to Albedo, Flints, and me.
Agreed. It coincides with my duty as a lightkeeper.
For my part, I'd like to understand the abyss better. Even a little knowledge would go a long way.
This is certainly a rare opportunity to study the abyss. But even rarer, perhaps, is the chance to make contact with the ancients.
The Curatorium will take the lead on investigating the Hyperboreans. We put in the work to learn what we know so far. It seems only fair that we get some quantity of exclusive intel.
That just leaves our trusty team of 2 unassigned.
It seems like it, yeah.
Since you became an honorary knight, of course. This was part of my grand plan all along.
Looks like he went with option 2.
Oh yeah, by the way, we managed to convince Columbina to come to the Moon Prayer Night celebrations. Would you and Yehoda like to join too?
She agreed to that? Huh. Quite an achievement. Never underestimate the traveler, I guess. I'd be happy to join. No point shutting myself inside when the streets are all decked out. I doubt any clients will be visiting during the festival in any case. And Yehoda loves a party, so I'm sure she'll jump at the opportunity.
No.
Way to contradict me in front of...
Wait, no, that's not what I have bad news, boss. So many people. All right, everyone inside, quick.
Inside? Oh. And everyone saunters over.
This is gonna sound crazy, but hear me out. I saw one of those phantoms at Star Sand Shoal, and it was some sort of flying ship. Like a spaceship?
A spaceship at Star Sand Shoal. Now, where have we heard that before?
That's gotta be the one you came to Tibet in. You said you saw the same thing through the moon marrow, right? Huh? You already know about it? Ugh, I thought I was gonna blow people's minds. Turns out I'm the last to find out. Wait, back up. You came here in a spaceship? Now my mind is blown! What's it like on the inside? Was it like flying through space? I want to know everything!
Frankly, so do I, but maybe that's a conversation for next time. This is still a huge discovery on your part. We didn't know for certain whether the Moon Marrow's vision was trustworthy.
Yep, exactly. Huge discovery. You're the best. Second best intel broker in the world. After your boss, of course. Wow. Really? Well, I don't know if I'm all that, but...
I guess that decides where we're heading next. Come on, don't look at me like that. I know the spaceship doesn't have anything to do with me, but you don't want to leave me as the only one twiddling my thumbs, do you? Please?
Fair enough. You can tag along.
In that case, let's meet back here to discuss our findings once we're done.
I wish everyone a productive investigation.
You too. What's up, boss? Aren't we gonna head out?
Tell me, Yehoda, when did the Curatorium start giving out intel for free?
Oh,
I see. Ay ay. I was actually thinking that it was potentially out of line for Yehoda to blather the secret that she saw the phantom of the ship, but on the flip side, seeing the phantom of that ship in particular only has value to the traveler. Though I suppose that would be reason enough to keep it, to nickel and dime ether. Still, well, the cat's out of the bag now, and not really anything to be done about it by Nefer. Yep, that does indeed look like the ship. Oh, and who's that? Looks like we have some onlookers, and some ghosts, too.
Wow, what do you know? Yehoda was right on the money. This phantom really is your spaceship. But that's so weird. Why would it show up here? Is it some kind of projection? Or a ghost? Like, maybe it no longer exists, but somehow it left an afterimage?
I'm not sure either.
Ah, you're already here.
Miss Lauma, what a surprise. I thought you were busy with festival preparations.
I was, until one of our people informed me that a strange sight had appeared at Starsand Shoal. No one's ever seen something quite like this before. I thought I should see it for myself.
Same here. Oh, so we heard that these things appear around the festival period. Any idea why that is?
Oh, I just had another thought. Nefer was being a bit vindictive and silly. Considering that this is something anyone who came to Starsand Shoal would find, it's not exactly a small or subtle thing. So Yehoda telling the traveler about it changed nothing. Apart from him finding it faster. Particularly now that Lauma also knows about it. She would certainly have told us, even if Yehoda didn't. So yeah, Nefer's just being surly for no good reason.
Unfortunately not. We have very limited information about them, since they can't be interacted with. And no human phantoms have ever made an appearance before now. The most we've been able to deduce is that these sightings appear to be connected to the increase in Kuvaki energy around this time.
Let's look around and see what we can find out.
Yeah, seems like that's all we can do. This is all so confusing.
Allow me to lend you a hand.
Would we pass through it if we tried to touch it? Yeah, I thought that might catch your interest.
Everyone, our friend here should be able to provide us with some information.
Is that a phantom Rhymehorn deer?
I've heard about how the Frost Moon Scions live in harmony with the animals, and can even communicate with them. That's coming in handy now, for sure.
Okay. Yes, I understand. Then how about this?
Oh, it's leaving.
It appears to share our curiosity about this giant spaceship, so I asked it if it wouldn't mind investigating along with some friends. In return, I told it about some nearby spots where the wild fruit grows abundantly. We may live in a different era from these phantoms, But I trust that the terrain, climate, and ecology here are more resistant to the effects of time than some things are. Let's give them a moment and hope for the best.
All back together? Must have been a lot of fruit.
Indeed. Now let me ask them some questions. It did find a lot of wild fruit, enough for them to feast for a long while. This puffin circled in the air several times, but didn't spot anything out of the ordinary. Certainly nothing to do with the spaceship.
Huh. Well, it definitely makes sense to get a bird's eye view.
Indeed. Other than that, I was also thinking that the world these phantoms see is also different from ours.
Oh, I get what you mean. The wild fruit exist in both times and spaces, but there might also be things that only exist in that space-time, which we can't see.
Because we don't see their whole world. We only see small fragments. Again, exactly like what happened with Diridith. And I'm having flashbacks. And not exactly pleasant ones either.
Good point. Great thinking, Llama.
Blunthorn rhinos can use Kuvaki to shift great rocks, but this one says it couldn't get that ship to budge by even an inch. The sniffer mole tried too, but despite being a skilled digger, it could not get through. They say that the spaceship looks robust and undamaged. It seems completely impervious to any and all attacks. Whatever lies within is well defended from harm.
So, just like us humans, there was nothing they could do about this spaceship either.
Yes, still, they deserve our thanks. We are grateful for all your efforts, dear friends. Now go, and enjoy your feast.
I've noticed some other human phantoms gathered nearby. Come on, let's go talk to them.
Certainly an interesting prospect. But will we actually be able to converse with them? There'll be a 6,000-year-long linguistic gap between us. But we'll see. Ketu and Kielo. Well, they certainly don't seem to be dressed in unusual fashion. At least neither of them looks to be from Khaenri'ah.
What is this thing? I've never seen it move, and there's no way to get inside.
Goodness knows. My grandpa says it's been sitting here at least since his grandpa was still alive.
What about his grandpa? Did he say anything to your grandpa's grandpa about it?
Huh? I don't know. In all likelihood, it was here back then too. Hard to imagine something this huge could move.
Guess that means that as far as they're concerned, this ship's been around a long time.
Well, that wasn't particularly helpful information. You two are rather faded. I can tell that you're kind of dressed. I can't tell very much about you. So, what about you, Daramir?
Come on, brothers! If we can get even a small chunk off of this thing, it's gotta be worth a fortune! Today is the day we strike it rich.
Huh? You mean Paimon?
Yes, brother, I shall join you. Let's make our fortune.
We should go with them.
What the? This thing is crazy tough. I can't even scratch it. What's it made of?
Sorry, brother. Looks like we'll have to seek our fortunes elsewhere.
Enjoying yourself?
I was just seeing if I could influence this phantom's perception by playing. But nope, no dice. I'm sure we're all starting to build up an idea of what's going on here now that we've spoken to some of the people. These phantoms are reenacting real historical events in Nodcry. It's almost like we're in some kind of interactive stage play. We can talk to the actors, but the plot is fixed, and we can't influence it.
It makes sense. History is set in stone. The objective facts of the past cannot be changed.
Paimon totally thought you were just goofing around earlier. But actually, you were doing some serious investigating.
Of course I was. Anyway, at this point, I think we're forced to conclude that although the Phantom spaceship is right there in front of us, we aren't going to learn much about it from these people.
Yes, therein lies the problem. 6,000 years is too far back. It seemed, from what the Moon Marrow showed, that Lumine somehow made it outside of the ship, well, in a time before the Moon Marrow could show. Or it just didn't show her leaving somehow. Regardless of that mystery, it seemed as if she turned up around the fall of Kandria. So 500 years ago. So we're for a full 5,500 years too early for this.
Don't be discouraged. If nothing else, this is proof of the ship's existence. And think about it. So many people tried to hack their way inside, but no one could get the door open. It's made of very tough material. To me, that says that we'll either find the ship itself or the story behind it. It's just a matter of time.
Thanks, Varka.
Huh. Every now and then, when Varka gets serious, he actually does seem like Grandmaster material for once.
I wonder how the others are doing. Let's head back for now.
Sounds good. Also, drinks are on me if Team Knights of Favonius is the first to finish.
Wait! We have a team name now?
Am I in Team Knights of Favonius as well?
You're very welcome to join. We've even got a cathedral ready for you.
Isn't that technically blasphemy? You wouldn't dare make a joke like that if Barbados was in earshot.
Actually, I don't know if Venti would actually mind. He is the god of freedom, after all, so why not religious freedom too? Although that is an interesting notion that Varka basically just asked Lauma to come to Mondstadt. One might almost take that as him flirting with her.
Nah, I'm sure Barbados doesn't mind a little harmless blasphemy once in a while.
Oh. And here I thought that we were going to be forced to fast travel again, but oh. That's Conrian gear.
Oh, no! Get away! Oh.
Yeah. Satatieto. He definitely was wearing Conrian style.
I know it's hard to stomach, Mr. Duran. But as I'm sure you've noticed, there is nothing we can do to intervene in that which unfolds before us.
But we have to at least try.
And try you have. But but are you aware of how many unsuccessful attempts you've made now?
I wasn't keeping count.
I'm afraid this is the 39th failure so far. Or the 5th if we're only counting this particular victim. There are no indications that these phantoms may be altered in any way.
You seem to have calmed down a little.
I feel real bad for Durin on this one. Poor little fella was just trying to help.
I'll make us a fire. You should rest and have some water. Feeling any better now, Mr. Durin?
May I ask a few questions?
Be my guest.
What exactly are we witnessing here? What happened to those people?
My guess would be that we are seeing Nocturn during the Conrian Cataclysm. Would that be accurate?
Conria.
That is correct.
And if so, that means that there are at least 2 different time frames being represented. The 6,000-year-old Hyperborean age, and the 500-year-old Conrian collapse.
As you know, once the Abyss senses even the tiniest crack, it floods in and spreads like wildfire. There was a time in the distant past when it permeated all of Nocturne, causing immeasurable harm. The people paid a terrible price to heal this land. Then, 500 years ago, the whole of Teyvat suffered an abyssal disaster. Once more, Nocturne was dealt a devastating blow.
I see.
In the face of the abyssal onslaught, all were like grains of sand tossed around by a tidal wave. Be they human, fae, or god.
Hold on a moment. Let me just double check something. I thought that's what he said. So there were abyssal incidents, possibly dating back all the way to Hyperborea. My. But what madness were the Conrians under to think they could harness the Abyss? Little wonder they fell.
The moment you witnessed is but one drop in a whole ocean of catastrophe.
All right. I guess that answers my second question, too. I wanted to know why there's nothing I could do to help them, and that's because what we are seeing is history.
That would be my guess as well.
As I understand it, history and fate are not all that dissimilar. The latter may be unseen to us, but both are immutable.
Yes. Fate was determined long, long ago.
I still have a couple of other questions for you, Mr. Flint's. You mentioned more than one abyssal disaster that has struck this land in the past. How can you be sure that what we're seeing is from the Conrian incident? And also, how are you able to stay so calm when you're talking about these events? From everything I know about you, you're not cold or ruthless, and you're not indifferent to the suffering of others.
Alas, I am forced to show my age. I must be 600 or 700 years old by human measure.
So you were alive during the age of Conria? I was kind of hoping you were actually 6,000 or 7,000, as that would put you all the way back to the realm of Hyperborea. But I don't know how long a Fae actually lives.
Wait, so you...
One is not easily moved by history when one has witnessed the truth firsthand.
I'm sorry.
You needn't apologize. Your passion is a good thing to have. Treasure it, because someday you may find it in terribly short supply. Now, at the risk of offending you, I have a question in return. Your curiosity toward the abyss. Is it born from hatred or because you sense its call? I only ask because I kept a fragment of Rarir's body in my lantern for a short time. Specifically, his heart. So I know what a burden it can be to carry the abyss with you. And I hear its power growling from somewhere within you. In my eyes, your mere existence is a miracle.
My honest answer is... I don't know. I don't think I have the confidence to say for certain. What I will say is the abyss is not the only issue that haunts me. Even before I became who I am today, the question dogged me constantly. Should I even exist at all? My doubts remain unresolved. But when we fought Rarir, something became a little clearer to me. Sometimes it is the darkness within us that allows us to achieve the impossible.
I certainly got the sense from your 39 attempts that you were trying to achieve the impossible. It sounds like you've resolved to see the truth for yourself.
Absolutely. In that sense, he and I are quite similar.
Then I wish you every success. I look forward to the day of your transcension. Well, if everyone's caught their breath, I suppose we should head back. Oh, and one last thing. I'd appreciate if you kept our discussion about history a secret.
Still trying to hide your true nature. Well, I suppose there is some merit in it. I do have to wonder what the Adepti would think of the Fae. Or what the other immortal peoples of Tivat would think of them.
Incredibly, our separate investigations led us all to the same conclusion. Hooray for consensus!
Yeah, but we barely learned anything, though. I totally thought this would be the mother lode. Talking with the ancients? I mean, come on! But nope. All we got was useless snippets of conversation. And all this stuff about moons and hyperopia. What a load of baloney. Seems like people back then had a few screws loose.
I understand your frustration. We found the same issue. Each phantom only showed a very brief moment in time. There isn't much value to be found in these miscellaneous fragments of a civilization's history, no matter how glorious it may have been.
If there's a silver lining, it's that these phantoms are harmless to the present reality. They shouldn't get in the way of the festivities.
Paimon agrees. And not just because it's the first thing she understood in this whole conversation.
You look disappointed, Nefer. Is something the matter?
What do you think? We all worked our tails off, but the only one to gain anything from it was you, Lady Moonjanter.
Well, please do share the Hyperborean records with me. I will gladly inscribe them in our people's documents.
Oh, duh! Yeah! That was it! Hyperborea! Hyperborea.
I'm serious. Only an expert in the Frostmoon Scions and their history can turn these records into valuable research material.
I was about to say that Flynn's could give a little light on the history, but at only 700, he, well, might not have seen all of Hyperborea.
The alternative is to let them gather dust on the Curatorium's storage shelves until the pages turn yellow. Nefer, you're wise enough to know that cooperating and sharing the profits is the best course of action here.
Well, that goes without saying. Sure, let's do that.
Huh? But didn't you say we aren't supposed to give out intel for free? Sorry. Shutting up.
And she sounded so very enthusiastic about it, too.
Now is not a good time to push Nefer's
Anyway, back to Moon Prayer Night. I'm thinking that we should prepare something a little special, aside from the usual decorations and so on.
You mean a parting gift?
Can't go wrong with food. Although, does food go bad on the moon?
Perhaps a lantern would be a better choice. It might be dark up there.
It could prove difficult to light a lantern on the moon. Magical stones might serve that purpose better.
What about a clockwork mecha model from Fontaine? I've got a whole bunch at home. I use them for fighting practice in my free time.
None of these sound like things she would be even remotely interested in. But we don't interact with her enough to know what she likes.
Yeah. It would really save us the guesswork if someone could find out what she's into.
And that would be us.
Traveler? They're all looking at you.
Okay, I got it. I'll find a chance to ask her.
Great! Haha, problem solved. Now, I need to stop by Dory's. Gonna need her help sourcing a bunch of stuff for the festival.
Then let's leave it there for now. We all have our own business to attend to. Traveler, if you find out what Kutar likes, let us know right away.
Gotcha.
Is something the matter?
That's my line, Durin. You seem a little down.
I'm fine. It's just... I'm still feeling a little rattled after witnessing the horrors of the Abyss. But it's okay. This is something I have to work through. I'll be alright. Thanks for your concern.
Well, don't put too much pressure on yourself. If you ever feel like something's wrong, physically or mentally, we're here to talk.
Don't forget, I'm a member of the Knights of Favonius. You can always rely on me.
Come on. Stop treating me like a kid.
Well, frankly, you kind of are one. Ah. And a whole bunch of people are actually still here. Including Niffer.
You should get going. It's important that we ascertain what Kutar likes.
Interesting that you were referring to her as Kutar, and not Columbina.
Which is why we need a lantern guaranteed to work on the moon.
Yes, I have a few ideas, but the lantern itself is the easy part. The real issue is how little we know about the lunar environment.
Wait, you two are serious about this?
Let's just say I'm intrigued by these shining magical stones that Mr. Albedo has mentioned.
Now that I think of it, what became of Rareir's heart? His literal beating heart that was inside Flynn's lantern. I know that it was taken by Neffer, used as part of her... shall I call it divination? What it really was her intrusion into the mind and memory of Rareir. But after that, I don't know what became of it. Does Neffer just have it on a shelf somewhere? I rather doubt that Rareir was able to recover it. And I will have to wonder, would anything change about him if he did recover it? I mean, it is his literal heart, after all.
Could you do me a solid and try to smooth things over with Boss Neff?
I think we should invite Yehoda off to do something far away from Neffer. Ah. They've been pairing up Lauma with Varka a fair bit in this patch.
Miss Lauma, would you accompany me into town? I think it'd be best if you saw the Frost Moon Scion's decorations for yourself.
Very well. Let's go.
And then we have that line of Varka suggesting that Lauma would be given free reign over the Mondstadt Cathedral. Yeah, that's kind of an interesting thing for him to suggest. Interesting indeed, but that's pretty much all we've got to go with at the moment. Oh well. On that note, I think I'll end today's episode. We're running a bit long, anyway. So, if you enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do check out my Elden Ring Let's Play, as well as my playthrough of the Genshin Impact main story. And, as always, have a good day.